Guys, this is Ananya. I hope you saw my last two videos. That's Introduction to Makeup by Ananya and Face and Hair Tips by Ananya. Today I'm going to dictate some notes for 9th class students. Stopping by woods on a snowy evening. For especially NASA students who will watch my video, stopping by woods on a snowy evening. I repeat again, stopping by woods on a snowy evening. This is especially for 9th class students because this poem might be coming for 10th. So this poem is written by Robert Frost. So let's go on to the notes. For people to know very well about stopping by woods on a snowy evening, please copy the notes. Stopping by woods on a snowy evening is one of the best known poems by Robert Frost. It describes a personal experience of the speaker when he stops by some woods on a snowy evening and is moved by the lovely scene in near silence. He is tempted He's tempted to stay longer, but acknowledges the pull of obligations and the considerable distance yet to travel to reach his destination. The poem expresses the conflict between the demands of practical life and the strong desire to escape into the land of dreams. It was lyric which touched the heart of India's first Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru, and served as inspiration for him. So, I'm going to show you a picture and read out for you. How is the pic? So, let's go on reading. Stopping by woods on a snowy evening. Signposts. The poet stops by some woods on a snowy evening in the coldest, lonely night. He thinks that he knows the owner of these woods, who lives in the village. The poet imagines that his horse might think it strange to stop between the woods, and frozen lake. There is no farmhouse there, which is a symbol of civilization. The poet imagines that the horse might think that there is a mistake in stopping near the woods, which is isolated from the civilization. The poet is attracted by the woods and wants to stay there longer. He cannot stay on as he has a number of promises to keep and duties to do. There is a conflict in the poem between his desire and duty. Stanza 1. I'll explain now stanza 1. The poet one evening stops his horse-driven carriage along a country road to watch the snow fall in the woods. He says that he knows the owner of the woods, whose house is in the village, and who may not see the poet admiringly watching his woods filling up with snow. Stanza 2. The poet is fancifully imagines that his horse might think it strange to make a halt between woods and frozen lake, where there is no farmhouse, and that too on the darkest evening of the year, that is in late December, when it is biting cold. There is a conflict between nature, symbolized by the woods, and civilization, symbolized by the house in the village. Stanza 3. The poet imagines that the horse shakes his harness belt now and then to inquire whether there is any mistake in stopping by the woods. Further, the poet says that beside the sounds of the bells, the other sound heard is that of the wind. Stanza 4. The poet says that though the woods are attractive, he cannot stay there any longer as he has a number of promises to keep and many miles to travel before he takes the rest. Rest here is reference to death. Duty before desire is indicated in this stanza. Now we will be learning of different themes. The themes I'll be reading the subheadings only. Conflict between duty and desire, return to nature, interaction between man and animal, beauty, isolation. I repeat, conflict between duty, desire, theme number 1. Theme number 2 is return to nature. Theme number 3 is interaction between man and animal. Theme number 4, beauty. Theme number 5, isolation. Okay, now the style. I'm going to speak about the style of the poem. Lyrical poem. This is also known as lyrical poem. Lyric poetry deals with the poet's own feelings, state of mind and perceptions. The word lyric is derived from lyre and it implies that the poem is meant to be sung to the accompaniment of the lyre. However, much of the lyric poetry today is meant for reading. Though lyric poetry has love as its main theme, many poets have written lyrics on nature, nostalgia, grief and loss. Stopping by woods on a snowy evening is a lyrical poem in which the poet expresses his personal responses to particular situation. Frost accepts the world's contradictions and tries to harmonize them. My two eyes make one sight. It is said that his lyric being is delight and ends is wisdom. Second one is form and structure, which you have to know that of easy wind and downy flake. This is a line of the poem. You have to have the poem in front of you when I'm explaining. Of easy wind and downy flake. Of easy wind and downy flake. The above pattern makes the poem sound more musical. In the last stanza, the end words in all 4 lines rhyme. Deep keep sleep sleep. Koyan ear. Such all are form and structures. Second one is symbolism. Critical remarks are titles. Stopping by woods on a snowy evening is the appropriate title, I would say. And second one is play of opposites, poet's personal experience, rural themes, Frost's treatment of nature, and moral tag. Moral tag, I would repeat, please note down. The poem illustrates Frost's peculiar habit of tagging his philosophy or a moral at the end of his nature poems. Thus, in Stopping by Woods, the poet returns away from a lovely, dark and deep woods, for he has promises to keep, and thus teaches the lesson that in life one must do one's duty and carry out one's obligations. I'll read out the poem lines. But I have promises to keep, and the miles to go before I sleep, and the miles to go before I sleep. But I have promised to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Guys, this is for you. I take care of you, and I always pray that your English literature should be good. And I'll be getting back with you with the next poem or next subject, that's history, social studies. Please request me. I will do my best. Please don't forget to comment and put a thumbs up. Bye. This is Ananya signing off. And if you need any help for my subjects, please ask me or request me. I'll be doing it. Thank you. I hope you liked my video. Please put a thumbs up. If it's helpful for you, please put a thumbs up. I love you all. Bye.